If you want Bugatti speed, but you don't have Bugatti money, this is the car for you. Today we're gonna review my 2022 Tesla Model S Plaid.
We might not be alone.
So I'm gonna be honest, like the original Tesla Model S Plaid, I was not a huge fan of. Like, they were all right, but nothing super sexy. This car, the 2022, is completely different, especially the Plaid edition. They've got a wider body kit. They've got 21-inch rims. Everything's just like more aggressive and sleeker looking. They've even blacked out all the trim. This used to be chrome, and now you've got everything blacked out. Aerodynamic cameras, they've paid attention to every single detail. One thing I love about Tesla is I feel like they actually listen to customer feedback. Like the rims on Teslas initially were pretty lame, but they listened to the people and they finally put some cool rims on these. Now it's like, I don't even want aftermarket rims. I love these things. I think they look super cool. Don't pay attention to this. Someone backed into my car. It's about to go to insurance claim. And when you're talking about the Plaid edition, they've even added little things like this carbon fiber rear spoiler, obviously just for style points, but every little bit helps. I love this thing. My favorite features are just the automation. Like, I don't have to have a key for this thing. I just walk up, the handles pop out. As you can see, they already did. And then when I walk away, they're gonna go ahead and lock automatically. Yes! All glass roof, you're gonna see that inside. That's pretty much standard nowadays, so nothing too special. Pretty much the only thing we need to do to this thing is tint the front window. You can see that I opted for the white interior, which I think is super cool looking inside, but it's super bright. You can see inside the car, so we're gonna tint the front window and soon remove this thing. Does anyone use a front license plate anymore? Why? Also, like, if you understand the technology in this car, there's like sensors and cameras everywhere, but you really can't even tell, you know, like this is a little sensor, you almost can't even tell it's there. This is a camera pointing backwards, you can't tell. The other camera's hidden here. And you've even got a charging port here that is nice and hidden. If you push on it enough times, it will open up. Also, Elon Musk is a G. He just like pays attention to every little detail. Like even the logo on this car, it doesn't say the word Plaid, it's a picture of Plaid. I freaking love that. Love you, Elon. We had this car on Turo for a little while. It did pretty good. People were beating it up a little bit. You know, we had a scratched rim here, some like baby scratches on the paint, and so this is my daily driver. I love this thing, and I just couldn't bear to have it on Turo anymore. First of all, this car has like insane amounts of storage. Like it's not a huge car, but like, actually this is not that big, but you can fit a couple small things in here. Super comfy inside. We went for the white interior. I was a little nervous thinking it was gonna get stained and stuff, but it's held up pretty good as long as you stay on top of your cleaning. It's just a very basic interior. Like, it's just clean, not a lot going on. I like the simplicity, personally. I know some Mercedes, you get in them and there's like buttons and shit everywhere. This is basically a touchscreen. That's all you gotta worry about. A few buttons on the steering wheel that we'll cover in a second. You've got the huge screen up front. You have a little screen in the back. People can be watching YouTube videos or movies while you're driving. Control everything from there. And then the back is huge, including this cool secret compartment that has a bunch of my shit in it. But between just this and putting the seats down, I can fit like full-size dressers in here. It's nuts, gigantic. Like if you need help moving, I got you. Also, these back seats, they're heated. Most cars only do heated seats in the front seats. You get them in the back. And I can turn it on and off from the front, so I can like sneak attack people. All of a sudden their ass is just burning. They're like, ah, what's going on? I'm like, it was me. The interior experience of this car is amazing, honestly. You've got these pads here that actually charge your phone. You have this control panel here. I mean, you can literally do everything from here. It takes a minute to get used to, but you can do everything from raising the suspension to like making music on the toy box. Anyway, you can do a light show, you can watch YouTube on here, you can change the ride height, you can adjust all sorts of, you know, climate controls. You've got air-conditioned seats, which in Florida is a must. A lot of people don't like the steering yoke, but I really love it. Once you're used to it, it's literally like you're flying a spaceship. The buttons on here aren't even actually buttons, they're like touch buttons. Like, it's like a touch screen. So cool. Then you've also got this display here that you're gonna see shows like when we're autopiloting, it shows where all the cars are, super detailed. Like I said, it takes a minute to get used to. You gotta like initially set all this up, and once you're good to go, it's easy. Also, there's like crazy hidden compartments. You've got one giant compartment here that I've got all sorts of stuff in. Then this slides open and you can set it there for drink holders, or you can go further, another compartment, or both of the drink holder and the compartment open up to this giant, like, you can like fit your arm clear in here. You can fit like wine bottles and stuff. There's like tons of space. Also the glove box, I forgot to say this, but the glove box, you can't even open it. It's like, unless you do this little sneaky button, boom. Yeah, so I've owned this for about a year, and honestly, it's been a great driving experience. Like, this thing is it's comfy when it needs to be, and it's aggressive when it needs to be. So, however you like to drive, it's got a mode for you. It even has drift mode, drag strip mode, which I just put it in. We're gonna do a launch for y'all here in a minute. My favorite thing about driving this, hands down, is the autopilot. Autopilot, one button, and I don't have to pay attention to this thing. I do pay attention, obviously, but instead of like actively driving your car, you're now managing it. You're just like checking, touching this every once in a while. So convenient, especially stop and go traffic. Imagine not paying attention in stop and go traffic. That alone is worth $150,000. Time is money. Performance is crazy on this. That's why I love this even more than my McLaren. As cool as that thing looks, this is so comfortable, but then will tear your face off doing 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds in Plaid mode. And then if you want to have fun, you just flip it to drift mode and watch our other video. It drifts like a Banshee. And for everyone out there that's like, gas is better and this and that, until you own one of these for at least a month, like, just shut up. All right, we're gonna do a quick launch. We already put it in drag strip mode, and it actually preheats the battery, so sometimes that takes 10-15 minutes. It's good to go. I'm gonna line it up. Foot on the brake and full gas. It's going into cheetah stance, check it. Preparing for launch, and then once this is full cheetah stance, you just let go. Release. Plaid mode. 120, and it's so easy. It's like I didn't have to, it was like a relaxed 120, you know? Like the McLaren is like, anyway, I should stop shitting on the McLaren, I like it. The only complaint that I have is for the level of performance and speed this car has, the brakes are not quite up to par. Like once you bust, 1.9 seconds to 60 miles an hour, and it's like, it takes a minute to slow down, not really performance braking. Also, the sound system in this thing is litty. It's like studio quality. Anytime I create a track, I always listen to it here first. So there's a couple ways to open the charging port. I think we already showed you one, but this has got to be my favorite. Hey Tesla, open butthole. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Plug and play, baby. So the range on the Plaid is 335 miles. It's pretty damn good. I mean, I drive to Miami all the time. I really only have to stop and charge one time. So that's an extra 30, 40 minutes to charge it. But by then I gotta pee anyway. I want a snack. So it works out pretty good. The range is awesome, especially if you're just driving around town. It's like easy. If you got the charger at your house, it makes it easier. When it's charging, you can see right here where it's at charging. If you're at a super busy supercharger, it limits you to this 80%, but you can always override it and just turn it up and charge it all the way. So right now, it's actually saying 50 minutes. There's quite a few cars here. However many cars are at the charging stations does affect the time frame. Also, there's different levels of chargers. There's actually faster ones and slower ones. I've made the mistake a couple of times of pulling into the slow ones, and it's like, this will take an hour and 50 minutes. And I'm like, fuck, I'm out of here. Also, a few times I pulled up on supercharging stations like this and it's packed. Like there's a line, there's like 2 cars that are waiting to pull in. That's pretty rare, but it does happen. And so if you're on a time crunch, one of those times I happened to be driving to Miami to make a meeting, and like it did set us back. So it's a little inconvenient with the charging, but overall hasn't made me mad. I mentioned that my favorite feature of this is the autopilot and the self-driving. If I click onto it right now, it's actually disabled because I made too many mistakes, and it actually takes it away from you. It penalizes you for a couple of weeks where you can't use self-driving. So I'm in jail right now, but we have a whole video we did on self-driving, so check that video out. It's gonna be somewhere here. It's actually really awesome. I love it. All right, so there's a cool feature on the Tesla app called Summon, and basically you can drive the car from your phone. So nobody's in it. You can put forward, backwards, and it has a feature that says go towards the arrow. So that's what I want to test right now. I'm gonna like go way down here, way over there, and see if it will actually drive to me. It seems like a cool feature, I just never use it, so let's check it out. Oh, it says come to me now. Oh, it turned on. Let's go, come to me. Oh yes, I have to hold the button, that's the key. Bro, it's turning. Oh shit. It's going to Anthony, not me. The Tesla's gone rogue, it's making some turns. Oh shit. I mean, a little rocky, but it did it. So it has a little radius that it'll only summon within a certain radius. So like, you know, you can't be like 4 blocks away summoning your car. It's pretty much like, you gotta be able to see it visibly. You could also just do forward and backwards. So like, I could just like sit on the front of my hood. Ghost ride the whip. Ghost ride the whip. And I think it won't run me over, right? Like if I come here, it's gonna stop. Okay, good. All around, this is probably the best car you can get for $150,000. And at this point, you can probably find some used ones for even less. You gotta at least test drive one. Tesla's super cool. You can go sign up and drive them for free. They'll let you drive the Plaid. They'll show you the whole thing. So check out the Teslas. And if you're one of the 98% of the people that watched our last video that did not subscribe, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. Subscribe right now or don't, but we're never talking again. Does that sound needy?